Well, hey everybody, this is Joey. This is my first video log that I thought I'd make to share with everybody out there how I'm doing, updates on my health and my family, and share with you things that I'm learning along the way as I walk through this trial of cancer and the treatment that I'm going through. Let me just give you a quick update. We're living in Memphis right now. We moved from Barcelona here, we think and we hope temporarily, to get a diagnosis and prognosis. And I started treatment actually yesterday. So basically, I have something called follicular lymphoma. You can look it up online, follicular lymphoma. It's a treatable but incurable cancer. It's treatable in the sense that after chemo, God willing, after chemo, and the hand of God working through chemo, or miraculously, we're praying for God to heal me, that the cancer will go away. But this type of lymphoma is one of those that will stay, in a sense, with me and will probably come back. No one knows when, maybe a few years, maybe a couple decades, we don't know. But it's something that's, scientifically speaking, going to be here for the rest of my life. Praying for God to heal me. I'm praying for that. I've had elders pray for me for that and anoint me with oil. And so the regimen at this point is 6 months of chemo. It's 2 consecutive days of treatment, chemo treatment once every 4 weeks for 6 months. We'll do a scan after 3 months and see if it's working. And then after 6 months, not really sure what we're looking at, but most likely a few years at least of regular scans of my body to see what's going on. It's pretty rough for the family. Not only the kind of emotional tsunami, spiritual tsunami of getting a cancer at 34, but also moving the family, really yanking the family from our thriving ministry in Barcelona and our close community and those that we are working with all over the world to Memphis. We're so thankful for Memphis. We're thankful for my family here in Memphis and the church here that is one of our 2 saint churches, the Orchard Fellowship here in Memphis, as well as the Austin Stone in Austin. So thankful for the community and for the support we've been given. I want to just say thank you to all of you who have given money to us to help us through this, who have sent me words of encouragement, sent Crystal words of encouragement, and most of all, who have been on your knees praying. I know people are praying, people are fasting, and what can we say other than thank you? We believe God hears our prayers. So I love the Lord because he heard my voice. He heard my cry for mercy, and he turned his ear to me. And I believe God heard our prayers that the cancer would not be in my bone marrow, as it was most probably, and my bone marrow is clean. So praise God. He hears us and responds. So thank you for all of those who are supporting us and encouraging us. We need you, and we're going to need you for years to come. I thought I'd share just a couple moments of some things that I'm learning along the way. Today's my second day of chemo, so I was in chemo for 5 hours yesterday and about 2 hours today when it all boiled down to it. And I'm feeling okay. I think the sickness should come, they say, in a few days, but I'm doing okay now, so I'm making this now. But maybe I can share a few things I'm learning and then catch up next time. The biggest kind of thing I feel like God has given me along the way here over the past month is that I need to get, most of the time we face trial or in crisis management, or when we're facing something we don't know, a trial affliction, we're trying to figure out, why is God doing this? In many ways, we try to ask that why question that gets us to 30,000 feet over the trial so we can understand what are the different components God's bringing together, how is he working this together for good. We really try to get over the trial and look at it from his eyes. But I think the Lord has encouraged me personally in a very intimate spiritual way, not to get over this cancer, but to get under the cancer. Not over this trial and to understand it all, because the fact is I can't understand this. I'm 34. This cancer mostly comes to people who are 60 and over. I don't understand why this has happened to me. I don't know what God is doing. I believe his promises. I don't know how he's working them out. We've been quite devastated, sad, at times feeling just beat up. So I don't know why he's doing this, but I feel God's told me, get under this cancer, get to my roots, get to who I am foundationally, and what is deeper, what is more real about me, more true about me than the cancer that runs in my blood. And I feel that's what God's told me to do. Get under it, like a tree, get under the roots. Don't dwell on the tree, get under the tree. And that means returning to what I know to be true about God and what I know to be true about myself. A friend told me that in prayer he saw a picture of me getting under the cancer, in the sense that Jesus is holding me. Jesus is crouched over holding me, and I'm in his arms, and on top of him is the cancer. He's bearing my cancer, and I'm under the cancer because I'm cradled in Jesus' arms. And I love that picture. That encourages me. I think God is sanctifying me. I think God is up to the business of making me more like Christ, working on my holiness, my purity. This is definitely uncovered rapidly, and probably still will. Deep idols of my heart, deep anxieties that I rarely have a chance to deal with, deep fears, deep sin, and this is unrooting all of that, and so I'm dealing with that and growing in holiness, and I think God is up to the business of doing that with me, sanctifying me. God is also, the second thing I feel like God is a third thing is about hope. I think hope is the word that I need to learn. I need to learn what the word hope means in this trial, and maybe that's what God is up to, is teaching me what the word hope means. It's not a word that I typically, I'm not an optimist. I'm glass half empty, typically. I'm a bit of a grouch. And I'm not a person people describe typically as hopeful. And I think God is teaching me about hope as I grow in Christ. And so I'm memorizing 1 Peter. 1 Peter is all about hope for Christians who are suffering. And amazingly to me, about 65 of you are memorizing 1 Peter with me. And 1 Peter is all about hope, about the living hope that we have been given because of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So you can be praying for me to become a person who believes the promises of God and has hope for the new earth, the new creation, the resurrection of the dead because of Jesus Christ who resurrected from the dead. And for Crystal as well and those around me. Something else I'm learning is how precious the Psalms are. I think most people who love the Lord and go through trial in some way or another turn to the Psalms, because the Psalms tend to, they're so incredibly profound in the way that the Psalms speak about God and suffering. I mean, I just wrote down here, listen to this, Psalm 102. Hear my prayer, O Lord, let my cry come to you. Do not hide your face from me in the day of my distress. Incline your ear to me. Answer me speedily in the day when I call. Later on in Psalm 102, he says this, He, God, has broken my strength in mid-course. He has shortened my days. O my God, I say, take me not away in the midst of my days, you whose years endure throughout all generations. Well, that's a prayer I've prayed. I feel like God has given me a life sentence. And God has shortened my life in the mid-course of my days. And I don't want that. So I've prayed, God, give me more life, give me more years. And the Psalms have helped me to give the words to do that. Psalm 11 has been huge for me. Psalm 11 has been the place that I go to remind myself, and that gives me the words to pray. So maybe you can pray Psalm 11 with me. So the Psalms have been wonderful to me, and I've spent much time in them. And then singing. Singing has been a refuge for me. I faced some pretty sad moments. The roller coaster, I guess, but I've been pretty down at moments. And singing, probably like no other tool or thing that I can do, singing rich hymns with my guitar as loud as I can has been a lifter for my soul. It's been light in the darkness. It's been food. It's been refreshment. It's been like rain on a hot day. It's been so good for my soul and lifts my spirit and brings me into the presence of God. How Firm a Foundation has been a song that has meant so much to me. I mean, just listen to these words. The soul that on Jesus hath leaned for repose, I will not, I cannot desert to his foes. This is God speaking. That soul, though all hell or cancer should endeavor to shake, I'll never, no never, I'll never, no never forsake. When I sing that at the top of my lungs. My soul is filled with the water, living water of Christ, I feel. So singing has been so good for me, so critical for me. And I'm learning that, I think, more than ever before. And then lastly, what I'm learning so far is the importance of community. It's been a little bit nerve-wracking to open myself up, even in this way, and to my community about my fears and about my hopes and about my what's going on. Certainly caused a lot of vulnerability, but what a gift the community of God is. I don't know how anybody goes to this without community, without spiritual community, and namely community who clings to the same truth that I cling to, who clings to the Bible, and who prays together and encourages each other, reminds each other of 2 Corinthians 12:9, reminds each other of Psalm 11, reminds each other of 1 Peter, reminds each other of the glory of God and the goodness of God to his people. So thank God for community. Thank God for all of you. I'll pick up next time, share a little bit more what's going on. Love you all. Bye.